Hi, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're introducing Claude 3. Instead of being just one thing, Claude 3 includes a bunch of different models. Opus, the star of the Claude 3 group, is a huge language model with more than 500 billion parameters. It's really good at creating top-notch text for anything you need, whether it's analyzing numbers for business or coming up with stories. Opus can also handle pictures, adding captions, explanations, and summaries for them. Then we have Sonnet, another Claude 3 model but with 100 billion parameters. It's smaller than Opus and works best on certain things like writing poems, songs, jokes, or tweets. And then we have Haiku, the smallest model in the family with 10 billion parameters. Perfect for chatting, helping out in conversations, and playing games. It gets what you're saying and can answer questions or give advice in a helpful way. The arrival of Claude 3 is a huge deal in the world of AI because it brings a new level of cleverness and variety to AI models. Claude 3 is definitely more versatile and easy to use than GPT or Gemini, and designed with better ethics in mind, which we'll explore a bit more later in this video. Claude 3, and especially its Opus model, stands out from ChatGPT and Gemini because it does a better job at handling tough tasks. Opus is great at analyzing finances, making predictions, and giving advice for different subjects. It's also good at working with images, creating captions, and providing detailed summaries or answers to questions about them. Opus manages to do all these things accurately and clearly, outdoing what ChatGPT and Gemini can achieve today. So what makes Opus so great? Claude 3 was gifted with self-attention networks, which are a kind of brain-like system that helps the model understand and relate different parts of what it's given, whether text or images. It means Claude 3 can make sense of information in a more coherent, intelligent, and relevant way. And then, it also has sparse transformers. These help by cutting down on the computing power and space needed, making it possible for Claude 3 to confront longer and more complicated tasks without getting bogged down. This tech also helps Claude 3 grow to handle even bigger projects like Opus. And there's constitutional AI, Anthropic's way of making sure Claude 3 acts ethically. This approach focuses on important values like fairness, responsibility, and openness, ensuring that Claude 3 behaves in a way that's good for everyone and avoids bias or misleading actions. These technologies and ethical innovations are why Claude 3 is ahead of ChatGPT and Gemini, setting a new standard for what AI models can do. To understand the differences between Claude 3, ChatGPT, and Gemini, we will look at its scores on academic tests designed to check what AI models can do. These tests cover a lot of subjects, from understanding language and answering questions to recognizing images and describing them. Claude 3 has done extremely well, beating both ChatGPT and Gemini in these tests. For example, in understanding language, Claude 3's Opus model got a better score than both GPT-4 and Gemini Ultra. And same in tests for more complex language tasks, image recognition, and even in making up captions for pictures. These great results mean Claude 3 is not just bigger or more powerful, but it's also more precise and better at a variety of tasks. Claude 3 is undeniably one of the most gifted AI out there, and it is already used in a variety of ways. It's helping with customer service by powering chatbots that can chat, solve problems, and make customers happier. It's analyzing data and making reports that can help businesses understand their market better. It's also very creative and able to come up with things like poems, funny tweets, or even content that feels like it was made by a professional author. In education, Claude 3 also leaves his mark by helping students and teachers. And it can even create stories and characters for games and entertainment purposes. Claude 3 is versatile, being able to handle tasks that involve both words and images, making it a go-to tool for many different industries. It's also more competitive when it comes to our wallets, in contrast to ChatGPT and Gemini, which can be quite expensive and hard to access. Claude 3 presents a variety of options for pricing and access to suit different users and businesses. Opus, as the leading model of the Claude 3 family, is the premium version, targeting enterprise and research uses due to its higher demands for computational resources and expertise. Its pricing is set at $15 for every million tokens for inputs and $75 for outputs. Sonnet, the middle tier, strikes a balance between affordability and performance, requiring less computational power and expertise, making it suitable for both personal and professional uses. It's priced at $3 for every million tokens for inputs and $15 for outputs. Lastly, Haiku is the most budget-friendly and accessible, designed for minimal computational demands, going from 25 cents for every millions tokens for inputs to $1.25 for outputs. By offering these diverse plans, Claude 3 becomes a more affordable and scalable option compared to ChatGPT and Gemini. Claude 3 also works well with big tech companies and cloud technology. Anthropic has teamed up with major players like Google and Amazon to put Claude 3 on their cloud platforms. This is great because it lets people and companies use Claude 3's tools without having to install anything on their own computers or servers. Instead, they can just tap into the cloud services from Google and Amazon, which are fast, reliable, and safe ways to get to Claude 3's features. By being on these cloud platforms, there are a lot of advantages. For example, people and companies can adjust how much they use Claude 3's tools based on what they need without stressing about computer power or costs. They can work with different models at once and switch between them smoothly. Also, they can get to these tools from anywhere and anytime. They can even work together with others and hook Claude 3's tools into other cloud apps and services. And users also have control over their data, choosing who can see and use it. All these points make Claude 3 a more user-friendly and convenient option compared to its competitors ChatGPT and Gemini. It basically means people and companies can make the most of Claude 3's capabilities without the trouble and complexity of setting up and managing the technology themselves. This AI model also stands out for how it works with users, making things smoother and more enjoyable compared to ChatGPT and Gemini. It does this through a few key ways. First, it talks and understands like a human, using easy words and adapting to how the user talks. Second, it keeps the conversation on track, remembers what was said, and can juggle different topics without getting mixed up. Lastly, it's good at staying on point, providing answers and info that are directly useful to what the user needs, including working with pictures by adding captions or explaining them. These features help make Claude 3 more inviting and effective for users and businesses, offering a better experience and taking advantage of what Claude 3 can do. It is actually great at being open and trustworthy, and it's also really good at interacting with you. It can keep track of where its information comes from and uses a clear way to show it to the user. This means users can check if what Claude 3 tells them is right and make sure it's not just making things up. Anthropic is always working to add new things and improve it, so we can expect it to get even smarter in the future. This could mean it will be better at understanding complex instructions, finding information online, or even doing more complicated tasks. All these points show why Claude 3 is at the front of the pack when it comes to AI. It's not just about being a tool for work. It's reliable, respects people's ethics, and looks out for everyone's rights. If you're looking for a new AI friend or a good assistant, Claude 3 is the top choice. It is designed with care, ethics, and responsibility. Its powerful technology makes it one of the best AI out there, maybe even the very best of them all. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay curious, stay informed, and see you in the next one.